All right, so let's talk about the Nintendo prices. As you guys already probably have seen, the internet has been blowing up and has been pretty furious about Nintendo's new prices. The Switch 2 is priced at $450 and the Mario Kart World Bundle is priced at $500. I don't feel like the console price or the bundle price is necessarily what has everybody so upset, although it might be a point of concern for a lot of people. For me personally, I feel like the price for the console is not unreasonable, as the new technology for the Switch is very good and it's actually up to date with the rest of the gaming market. And it'll be interesting to see how Nintendo is able to give us these new games and add more quality and improvement to their titles. However, the games that are going to be costing $80, $90, $70 for the Switch 2, depending on what they feel the game is worth, has, I feel like, a lot more people frustrated. And the fact that the physical copies are going to cost $10 more, and a lot of the games are just going to be download keys, apparently. I'm not sure of all the ins and outs of all the specifics here. There's a lot of mystery still surrounding this subject. But as far as I've heard, these physical games are going to cost $10 more than the digital, and a lot of them are just going to be digital download keys, essentially. So this is definitely disincentivizing the consumer to want to buy physical copies of Nintendo Switch 2 games, because you are not actually owning the game, you are just getting the digital download key. And with the higher prices, we are going to probably be seeing the beginning of the entire gaming market raising prices. And who knows what other companies are going to be releasing at these price tags. We might be getting a lot of unfinished jank from different companies. And later on, they might fix the game for us, as they've been doing in the past for full-priced games. Some games do well with this, and they turn the titles around, such as Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky are a couple games to mention here that have gone through this developmental process after the game has been released, and they made the game a lot better later on. However, we as gamers just want finished products. We don't want to pay full price for a game only to have it halfway finished, or for it to be really buggy, or for it to not deliver on its promises. And if games are going to cost more and developers are going to be releasing games unfinished, this is just going to be more infuriating. So hopefully the new price tags that Nintendo is pricing their games at will hopefully give us better games. I do understand that game development is a very money intensive process. Making games is not easy. It takes a big team, a large company, and lots of money to make games and lots of time. So on one hand, I could kind of see the reason for games going up in price, so long as the games are actually bigger and better. So they have to back up what they're preaching here. And even though it is a little upsetting, I do hope the game quality does go up from these increased prices. And Nintendo is also deciding to charge $10 upgrade fees if you have the Switch 1 game and you play the Switch 1 game on the Switch 2. You can upgrade it for $10 and you could access the improved graphics and the improved FPS. Now, I think this is a little unfair, because if you were to play a game on PC, you would be able to just pick whatever graphics you want. You would not be blocked behind a paywall. So this is also something that can feel a little greedy from Nintendo, and it could kind of rub consumers the wrong way as well. And some of the features that they're adding to these upgraded versions might justify the $10 price tags. Who knows if some of the upgradable prices are going to be more expensive, maybe $20, maybe $30, if Nintendo feels like it costs that much. we might be seeing higher prices for the upgrades. However, with the Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, they're just adding a mobile app feature to the game where you now have like a GPS and you have achievements and you're able to share your creations as blueprints and share them with other people, and they could download it onto their app and then use it in the game. Things of that nature. So it's kind of cool, but I don't think they should block the Switch's capabilities from players who already have the original game for the Switch 1. It just seems unnecessary, and I feel like it's going to maybe paint a bad picture for the Switch 2, perhaps, where a lot of people are going to start resenting the brand of Nintendo, maybe not. We'll have to see. But also we have the welcome tour for the Nintendo Switch 2, which is basically just a introduction to the Switch 2's features and how they work. And this is also going to cost $10, which is just kind of silly because it feels like this is something that should just be already on the console. Just that comes with it out of the box. It doesn't feel like something that we should have to pay for. And I don't think many people are actually going to want to pay for it. It's just a tech demo, basically, and most people probably aren't going to be interested in it. It would be cool to have if it was free with the Switch 2, but I think this really is going to dissuade a lot of people from wanting to buy it. And you also need to have a Nintendo subscription in order to purchase the upgrades for the Switch 1 games that you have for the Switch 2. And if you have the expansion version of the Nintendo membership, then you don't have to pay for the upgrade, actually. But I do believe the expansion price is like $7 a month or $10 a month. I'm not exactly sure how much it costs, but it's more than the base Nintendo Online subscription. So we have our ups and downs here for the payments for the upgrades, but overall, we're still having to dish out more money for these upgrades. And all in all, I'm not entirely happy about the new price tags for the games. I'm hoping most of the games will be like $70, $69.99, and maybe the higher quality Nintendo games, such as like Zelda or Mario, will be priced maybe $90 or $80 at most. And this isn't super terrible to me necessarily, as long as they are giving me really, really good content. However, it is still a little bit difficult to stomach, considering that this may become the new normal. This may become something that is just everywhere in the gaming market now. And it just leaves an unsettling feeling in me a little bit. I do, like I said earlier, understand the developmental process and how long it takes to do all that stuff and how much money it could cost to make everything. So, if anything, I'm just hoping the games are better. At least. I feel like I'm still going to be buying a Switch 2. I'm going to try to pre-purchase it, I believe. I may wait until it drops in price, maybe in like a year after it comes out or so. I'm not exactly sure yet. I'm going to kind of wait and see what else Nintendo is going to reveal. I know they're going to be coming out with a new Nintendo Direct on April 17th for Mario Kart World, which, if it's a Nintendo Direct, they have a lot of stuff to show. So this means they have a lot more to show about Mario Kart World that they haven't been showing us. So it'll be really interesting to see what they show off on April 17th. But until then, let me know what you guys think. Do you think the Nintendo Switch 2 is worth it? Do you think it's not worth it? Are you still pro Nintendo, or has this new price tags and everything about Nintendo made you want to boycott Nintendo? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and catch you in the next video. Peace out.